Hello there, welcome to the show. On today's episode, we have two members of the fantastic band So It Begins. This was a really fun episode to do, and I hope you all enjoy. For more information on the show or how to donate to the cause, go to www.nopleasedon'tpodcast.com/FSTTN, all capital letters. Hit the music. Oh, I hear you.
Hello? Hey,
What's up, man?
I did it.
Huzzah! See, I've had so much trouble with this. I'm only 28, man, and I live on my computer pretty much, and I still have so much fucking trouble figuring this out sometimes.
I think
You
it's
good? Yeah, I
because-
think we're all here, man.
Okay.
Is that? Yeah, sweet.
Okay, so...
I think it's because.
Oh.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Hello there. Welcome to the show. We have So It Begins, or is it all y'all, or... Go ahead and introduce
It's probably
yourselves.
just gonna be Parker and I today.
Okay, so, yeah, y'all introduce yourselves and what you do and all that good stuff.
Go ahead, Parker. You got it.
Okay. I'm Parker. I play bass and do the clean, mostly vocals for So It Begins.
And I'm Clayton. I guess I do all the pre-production stuff, play guitar, write most of the instrumentals, and handle the business side of stuff for the most part. So yeah, and then the other two guys are Clayton. He's the front man, and then Anthony's our drummer. And they couldn't make it today, but they're here in spirit.
I heard that. And I have been listening to, specifically from y'all, I don't know how to pronounce it, Erimia?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
that
yeah,
and
close enough.
Vision. Oh my god, y'all are fucking kick ass, man. And I seen that you have this shred off between, what's the dude's name? Jared Dines? Have you, how far did that go?
I had a couple people tag me in that. I think he was asking for like 2,500 shares or something crazy like that, and I didn't get close, but it would have been fun and all that. But no, I appreciate it, man. Thanks for jamming our stuff.
Oh yeah,
Glad you dig it.
I love it a lot, man. I'm actually really hoping to make it out for the Filthy Friends show, April 10th. But with the way things are now, it's kind of crazy, you know?
Oh, sweet,
Yeah.
man.
For sure.
Like, they shut down all the big concerts anyway. I know, like, I saw War of Ages. They're supposed to be playing in Lubbock, but they were like, the government's going to have to physically stop us, you know? So hopefully it's still going on. I think Kiefer would keep it going unless it got really bad.
Yeah, I'm sure it will, and I think we talked about it too. We're down to play it if it's still going on, and I know what you mean, man. Like some of our friends overseas are having to get like emergency flights home because they were on tour, and yeah, it's been pretty nuts, man. So hopefully they don't cancel this one.
And it's crazy because I assume y'all are pretty much 90s kids, maybe older, I don't know. But from what I can recall, like, say, since 2000 and on, 20 years now, there's been, like, a death scare every year, pretty much, you know, whether it be terrorists, sickness, or computers. And this is the one that's actually got me just a little freaked out, and I can't tell if it's actually because of the sickness or social media.
Yeah, man, it's nuts. You know, there was like H1N1, and of course, like we all lived through Y2K and all those other crazy ones. But this one, like, for me, I'm not crazy scared about the sickness part. I'm more scared about like the social and economic implications and like how it's affected stuff politically just in 2 weeks. It's
Ridiculous.
crazy.
In 2 weeks, in 2 days, like, I remember, like, I know I was part of the problem because I was kind of freaking out that day. But, like, yesterday was, like, the aftermath. The day before that was when everybody was freaking out and went and bought all the toilet paper. And even me, like, I've heard of, like, old people that couldn't even go into the store because over age 60, like, that's who's been dying. It was just ridiculous. Like every 6 posts straight on Facebook is coronavirus, and then one meme, and I was like, man, this is bullshit.
It's been crazy, man.
I work for Domino's, and we are implementing a contactless delivery procedure to help prevent the spread of the disease. So it is getting a little bit crazy. But I also think some people are overreacting a little bit, maybe.
And another crazy thing, and I know, like, I'm one of those people that I've started doing my own research, but, like, they've been saying that, like, in November and December, there was, like, this almost flu that kind of went around. I had it, like, I was, like, not sick enough to be sick, but sick enough to be annoyed. And then for, like, a month, I was hacking up this nasty just shit all the time. I still am. And they were saying that was coronavirus, and they're just now talking about it. But who knows? You know what I mean?
You know what's wild? You say that, and I literally saw somebody post the same thing last night. And I don't know if you remember this, Parker, but I was on vacation out in California around the same time, like November, December, and I got sick for a week with the same thing you're talking about, like exact same thing, coughing up stuff and just had like a respiratory thing. And I went and got tested for the flu, and it came negative. And that's what they were saying, that I guess, you know, if it's coronavirus, it's going to come back negative for the normal flu. So who knows, man? Maybe we've all already had it.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mean, I think it's like, if they shut down things for like a month, that's just ridiculous. Like, I that's what's got me freaked out. Like, and I've seen people posting, like, they've got, like, this dude had 17,000 things of hand sanitizer that he stockpiled, and he's just way overpricing it. Like, that's just mean, you know?
Yeah, that's how it is. It sucks, man. People are crazy.
Yeah. Well, anyways, forget about all that shit. So I was looking at y'all's Facebook. It says y'all started in 2013. Is that right?
Yeah, I guess it is.
Y'all
it's kind
had
of crazy.
A pretty extremely eventful 7 years from what I've seen.
It's been pretty nuts, man. We started. I think I joined the band in 2015. They posted they needed a guitarist, and so I just sent them a video, and then literally the next day, my first show ever, we played Warped Tour. And then Parker, we got him to feature on one of our singles. When was that? Like 2016 or 17?
I think it was 17, yeah.
Yeah, so he's been in the band for like 3 years. But I would say most of our growth has kind of been the past, 2 or 3 years. We've kind of hit it pretty hard. And I think we've gotten a lot more smart about how we're doing stuff and all that. But yeah, long story short, we've been a band for about 7 years and had some member changes, but yeah, it's been a crazy ride, man. Wouldn't trade it for the world.
And member changes happen, things like that. It's always fun, like, maybe not fun, I don't know, it gets stressful, but finding, like, the niche, you know what I mean? Like, just finding what fits. Like, once you find it, and then, it's such a beautiful thing, man, and I think y'all found it.
I'd have to agree with you there. I think we're finally kind of, at least in my opinion, I think we're in a really good spot of, all of us get along just like brothers. We talk nonstop all day, every day. And Parker and I do all the writing and stuff. So he and I have got a really good creative flow. So I think just all around, it's we've kind of got it where it needs to be. At least I think so.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that it's not just a bunch of good musicians that just get together and just gel. You have to actually like get along with people and work through stuff and different stuff like that. And if there's not that, you can have a group of the best musicians in the world, but if they don't get along, then it's not going to work out at all. We've had several kind of like, scuffs here and there, but I mean, we're like Clayton said, we're like brothers, so we'll fight it out, and then we'll be fine the next day. So, I think we've found a really great group of guys that also happens to be pretty talented. So that's definitely helpful.
And that's what I think is cool. I don't know if y'all are like the other guys that I'm like in a network of podcasts, and we're all in this group chat, and we just like talk shit and send memes and stuff. So I assume it's kind of the same thing like y'all.
Dude, it's the exact same. It's nonstop bullshit all day, every day.
Yeah, I love it. And so talking about like y'all have got y'all's group of guys now. I was listening. I don't know if y'all know the band Indigo from Lubbock. They're pretty big. Yeah. Dan,
Yeah,
the lead singer,
guys.
and Tanner, the bassist. I grew up with those guys. Really good buddies of mine. Recently he did his 3-year show, and he had an episode. He did an episode in the green room of Jake's of his podcast, and he was talking about like how it's not like just being a band, how it's y'all are making art together. You know what I mean? So finding like the right guys who you're not just like you said butting heads with, or like just being able to vibe with, I guess. You know, I can't really think of the word, go millennial on them for a minute. So yeah, just to vibe with. And it's such a beautiful thing. Like it's almost like you can feel it inside of you, just like it's cool, man.
No, it definitely is. And like I think for our style too, it's been really nice because like generally how songs come up with us is for the most part, I'll like write the instrumentals or whatever, and then Parker will come over and he'll help me clean up. Like we'll literally sit there till like 4 or 5 in the morning, and we'll just kind of bounce off each other. And it's nice because like we're not afraid to tell the other person that we don't like something at all. Like just straight up like, no, that sucks, or this could be better. And I think other people might get butthurt or might not take that criticism well or whatever. But I think he and I just have a mutual understanding where we're both cool with that. We know it's whatever's best for the song. And so we kind of put the ego stuff aside. And then I feel like some of our best stuff has been when we go head to head on that and do that. And then on the inside, he takes care of all the vocal patterns and the lyrics. So it's a really nice marriage of, I usually start with the idea and then we kind of ping pong it together and then he finishes it. And it's been a little bit different, but yeah, to your point, it's nice, finding the right group of guys. And then of course, Clayton and Anthony, they come in the studio and kill it. And, pretty much they're down for whatever. So it's nice not having a ton of creative differences.
And being the guy that's like, I think it's so respectful to be able to like tell your friend like, hey man, that sucks. Like, like not necessarily that. I'm just being blunt, not necessarily saying that it sucks, but just like to be that guy. Like that's a good friend. A lot of people will sugarcoat it and let you continue on with your bullshit.
You hit the nail on the head there. Like I think calling it a good friend is a really good way to say it, because it's like you could sugarcoat it for somebody and say, oh, that sounds great or whatever, and it might not. And then if you're not honest with them, you go through with the idea and then nobody wins. But like Parker's a great friend, and he's the kind of guy that he'll be really honest with you, and vice versa. Like we're pretty unanimous in that on what we think. And to be honest, sometimes it's like ideas that I might really like that he's not digging, we won't use, and it might suck for a little bit, but I think afterwards I'll be like, oh, okay, he's right. This wasn't the spot in that song for that part, or vice versa. Like we both kind of got stuff we didn't get to use, but I think all in all, it ended up for being a better album because of it.
Yeah,
I agree.
Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I was just gonna say, I think it's I think it's a process. One of the things that has, I think, helped refine like our song is that view that how can we make the best song as opposed to how can I show off the most sort of mentality. And one of the awesome things about working with Clayton and Anthony is they're, for one thing, they're super reliable. Like we don't have to worry about, oh, is Clayton going to be able to do this vocal part, or what is Clayton going to do, or is Anthony going to be able to play the drums to this? They both bring their own, I guess, creative energy to the song whenever, like, we'll get the structure and everything, kind of lay it out for him, and then they come in and do their awesome parts. But yeah, Clayton and I work really well, bouncing ideas off each other. And if there's no contradiction at all, then you end up not getting